Hey guys, nice to see everybody. Hope everybody had a good summer. Obviously exciting time of year for us, getting back in the mix here, some new faces. Just excited to get going, looking forward to the season. Excited for second year under Chief, and just building on the season that we had last year, and just coming together and enjoying this journey that we're about to start today.
Thank you, Auston. We'll start with questions. Please raise your hand. I think we'll start with Ryan Leslie.
Auston, you mentioned those new faces. Every year there's always change. I think everybody knows that. But just from a captain standpoint, your message is, you kind of turn the page on last year and you turn the page on those who left the organization. What is your message, I guess, to the new group and the new teammates that you have as you start this new season together? Yeah,
I think it's just welcoming them here, making sure that, they're comfortable, that, they know how, excited that all of us are to have them join our group. The core part of this group, obviously, Mitch being gone, but the core part of this group still here from last season, and you add some new faces, and I'm just excited about what those guys bring to the table, and just about supporting them and making sure that they know, how important they are to this group.
Steve Simmons.
Question for all three. A year ago, Sheldon was fired as coach. This summer, Brendan Shanahan was fired as president of the team. You guys have all been here a long time. How personally do you take it when staple people in the organization lose their jobs, essentially because the players didn't get it done when it mattered most?
I think that's part of the business side of sport. Obviously, all of us would love to have a different outcome from seasons past. There's nothing that we can do about it now, but I think that's just the business side, and both those guys played key parts in our years here and their years here, and I think it's hard to look at it that way. Everybody's obviously trying to do their best, but when you fall short, obviously changes tend to happen and changes are made. So I think it's just about putting your best foot forward. And like I said, those guys did a lot for our group in the years that they were here.
Yeah, echo what Auston said. But yeah, you definitely take it personal, because at the end of the day, it means we didn't accomplish what our goals were. And, you try to regroup and look where you can get better and to move things forward. And unfortunately, because of that, like Auston said, change happens. So we're grateful for the impact they've made on us and the team, and where the organization and where we're at today. But yeah, you try to take responsibility and know that you have to be better.
Yeah, these guys covered it. I think if you win, those things don't happen. So as players, you take responsibility for that.
Mark?
Hey, Auston. You and Mitch went through a lot. I'm just wondering what it was like saying goodbye to him this summer, and how different you think it's going to be this year, going through the year without him. Yeah,
those are always tough conversations to have. Obviously, at the end of the day, your teammates, you're also friends, and he'll be a friend of all of ours for life. So, those are always tough conversations to have. But at the end of the day, he made his decision, and we wish him nothing but the best moving forward, and we're moving on. Like I said, bringing in some new faces, some new guys that we're super excited about. I can't really dwell on the past. Obviously, like I said, we wish him the best, and he's going to be a friend for life. But you just got to put your best foot forward.
Terry Cochet.
And Morgan, question for you. Tree was talking about how you guys had a good heart-to-heart at the end of the last season conversation, and the importance of getting back to the level you can make your proper impact at. What does that look like for you going into this season, and can you tell us what kind of summer you've had in preparing for that?
Yeah, I think, I did a lot of reflecting over the course of the last year and during the off season, and had some healthy but challenging conversations with a number of people, and most importantly myself. And I believe that I did everything I could to be prepared for a great season. And I think that's the truth for all of our guys. And I know everyone puts a lot of pressure on themselves approaching a new season, and you try to do everything you can to be prepared. So for me, you know, I took steps, and my goal was to leave no stone unturned in trying to bounce back and have a great year. So, you know, what that looks like, I believe it's always going to be team first, and I think that if we're able to execute as a team and play within structure, everyone's going to look great, and we're going to get the results that we're looking for. But for me, it's about being in shape, skating, playing to your strengths, being dangerous, shooting the puck, and take it from there. But again, it's about what we're doing as a team, and that starts here today and on the ice tomorrow. And you know, we're going to start building something, and we're all completely committed to that.
Josh Clipperton, here down.
Morgan, just another one just about Mitch. You watched him grow up in the league, your teammate for 9 years. What was it like? What was the feeling as he walked out the door?
Yeah, I mean, like what Auston said, it's challenging. I mean, you get to know someone, you know, become friends with them, and then, I mean, but people make choices. And as a player and as teammates up here, you have to just carry on. And you know, we have a new challenge now this year and in this training camp. And I mean, guys leave all the time. And I mean, Mitch was a polarizing guy because of how talented he was. But you know, for us, it's onward, and I think we're looking forward to hitting the ice tomorrow, and I mean, that's where our focus is.
Josh Cloak up the top.
Auston, you said last year was a tough year for you physically. Health-wise, where are you at right now?
Yeah, health-wise, I'm feeling really good. Had a good summer. You know, I think did a lot of things that, you know, put me in a position to come into training camp feeling really good. So I'm really happy about that.
Pierre LeBrun.
Awesome. Just following up on that question from Josh, it's a special year like you've never had with the Olympics on tap in Milan. I'm wondering how you approach that globally, the year, in terms of your routine. Will you change anything day to day? Maybe do you need you know, some time off the ice here and there, or is it more of the same as you try and absorb the workload like every star player going to the Olympics is thinking of right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just kind of have to manage it as the season goes along. And, you know, I think for myself over the last couple of years, and I think this summer especially, I think, you know, you kind of look internally at, you know, what's maybe working for you, what hasn't worked. You know, I've always kind of enjoyed different challenges of going into the summer and change, whether it's routine, workout style, stuff like that on ice. So, you know, I think it's just kind of as the season goes along, being able to manage that. I mean, it's a pretty condensed season, similar to, you know, the COVID year with the Olympics and all that. But the main focus right now is obviously camp, and you know, when that kind of time comes, can take that on, you know, when it comes.
Right now we have three on the go: Kevin, Lance, and then Greg.
Just following up on the Olympic question, John, you're obviously at the Team Canada camp, and Morgan, I'm sure you'd throw your hand up in a second if Team Canada came calling. Just for the three of you, how do you think that having the Olympics this year is going to affect, I don't know, how you play each day, or the conversations or the buzz around the whole idea that it'll be best on best in just a few months?
Well, I'm fortunate I got some experience with it, and because of that experience, how special it was, you obviously want to do everything you can, you know, give Team Canada the reason to call you and believe that you can go out there and play a role and be a part of it. But I don't think that changes your approach on the season with the Leafs and your club team, and just going out there and doing what you have to do, and you kind of let that take care of itself. I think when you trying to play for the Leafs and focusing on, you know, thinking the things I got to do that might show up to play for Team Canada, I think that's where your game can kind of get maybe off track in a way, and just focusing on playing the way you need to play, and that's the reason why you're being considered in the first place. So, and you know, last year was, I think, a good experience probably for everyone across the league, you know, with trying to make the Four Nations teams. So yeah, I think just continuing to go about your focus here And like the guys have said, having a good camp and getting off on the right foot and letting your game build from there and put your best foot forward, and you hope it works out, because obviously, for us up here, whether it's for Team Canada or Team USA, it's a pretty good pool of players that are available. That there's always going to be players that could easily be picked, and you just hope that the management staff or coaching staff believe you can go there and play a role and help the team.
Go ahead, Lance.
That's for Auston, but the other two can jump in. We met all the new guys at the golf tournament the other day. What are your first impressions? They seem to talk really well about the dressing room, joining the NFL pool and immersing themselves. What are your first impressions of those guys?
Yeah, I think all of them have, stepped in, and, like I said before, our group in here, it's always been very tight-knit, and, when you're welcoming new guys, I think that's always exciting, to have some new faces around and get to know some new people. And I think they've stepped in. I mean, these guys have been here for weeks now. I mean, most of our group's been here for a couple weeks skating and training together and, getting to know each other. So I think that part's really important. And like I said, I mean, these guys are stepping in and they're going to play some pretty big roles. It's, on all of us to elevate and, carry a bigger load, us three as well. So, I think they've came in and they've meshed really well with our group, right away.
Last question, Greg Ross.
I'm sure all of you have heard Mitch Marner's comments earlier this summer about how people had posted personal information online and his concerns for his family's safety. I'd just like to get your reaction to hearing that he went through that, and obviously have any of you had to experience anything like that playing in this market?
Yeah, obviously I think it's difficult to hear, and it should never come to that point, but I think it's also the nature of being a professional athlete. I think not just in Toronto, but probably in a lot of places or most places in major sports in North America. So I think, whether it's the league or the club, I think understand, especially in today's day and age with the amount of information that's out there and how accessible all that is, our safety and privacy is paramount. And, you never want to see a teammate have to go through anything difficult like that, especially, Mitchie being a young father and starting a family. So anything personal to me, I think I'd rather just keep that personal, but my experiences here playing in Toronto have been phenomenal. With our fans or people in the community. So, but yeah, you never ever want to see something come to that and to feel that way.